This video is the real on how to help you become confident and get motivated to reach your dreams. And I am tomorrow going to go and realize one of my long-term dreams. And even though I'm only going to be realizing it for 6 days, it's still a baby step towards my ultimate dream. And that dream is to be on the beach, to be living on the beach. I'm going to do it. I can't wait. And I think it's important for you to know how I started because it has been a very long road to get here. And I still have a long road ahead of me. But at 9 years old, my family lost everything and we moved cities and we were in survival mode until I left the house at 17 and I bootstrapped my own business from nothing, and I've supported myself ever since. And then my parents, they were able to get back on their feet. But my whole life has been doing things that are super uncomfortable and not feeling like I would be able to do something, but trying it anyways. And here I am about to realize one of my dreams. And the most important thing, we get confidence from repetition. So the first time we do anything, it's not easy to do it. And one of my grandpa's sayings was, everything's easy once you know how. It's the same with a YouTube channel or making things on the internet or starting a business. It's still not easy even once you know how, but repetition is the key to confidence. And so my first little solo travel journey on my own, I made a YouTube video about it and it was ridiculous. I was scared. I was at the Airbnb, scared the first night. And this is going to be my second time going and renting an Airbnb by myself, and I think I'm going to feel a lot better. And when it comes to achieving our dreams, days can go by that turn into weeks, that turn into months, that turn into years where we haven't done anything towards our dreams. We've just done the same routine things that we've always done, and we're not any closer. And I always ask my clients, what's the minimum viable action you can take towards this goal? And so for me, even renting out my house, I'm like, okay, what's the first step? And I made a video on that. And then I did that step. And I only did one thing a day because it's so overwhelming for me. I don't know why, but big projects are so overwhelming for me. I'll take action fast and make things really fast. But if it takes me longer than a day, I just have a really hard time with it. So what's the minimum viable action you can take towards your dreams? And for me, my first dream was to lose weight because I was 65 pounds heavier. And I just started with drinking water. And then I tried, and by the way, I had a doctor put me on a terrible diet that I lost a lot of weight with, but it was the fast weight, so it came back on and it was an awful experience. So after that, I started with water and getting rid of sodas, and it's just one little thing at a time. And it's the same for any of our dreams. And we have to make sure that whatever we choose to be that first minimum viable action, we have to make sure that it's something that we can continuously do, something that we can make happen, something that we're not going to quit on. And one of the recent things I'm trying to do is just stretch every day. And I have failed miserably. I was like, I'm going to stretch every day starting January 1st, just because I wanted to, not because it was January 1st necessarily. And I've failed. So what I need to do is, okay, I'm going to do 1 minute because I know I can do that. And then hopefully the 1 minute will turn into 5 and 10 and 15, because whatever we're trying to do, usually we feel so accomplished and we feel so great after we do it. It's just getting ourselves to take that step that's really hard. So, okay, fine. I will commit to you guys that I'm going to do 1 minute a day of stretching, and hopefully it builds up into a yoga practice. But the problem with motivation is we have to feel success before we can feel motivated. If we just say, I have this big goal, we're never going to be motivated to go towards the goal because the goal's over here, we're over here, and we don't feel successful yet. So once we make these minimum viable actions and we start taking them, that's why journals are so awesome, because when you check the boxes and you're like, oh, I'm doing the things, it makes you feel successful, which then makes you feel motivated to continue. And I'll bet you, if you look back on your life, if you're anything like me, and on this channel, I'm trying to attract people who love to learn, love to improve, are always trying to get better, and we don't always do the right thing, and we take wrong directions, and we make life harder for ourselves than it needs to be sometimes, but we're always trying. That's who I'm trying to attract. So if you're like that, I know you've made a lot of progress throughout your life. And if you have not stopped to acknowledge the things that you've gotten out of, the things that you have gotten into that were amazing, the things that you're proud of yourself for. I remember the first time someone told me to do this exercise, and I'm like, that's not going to help me. Why am I going to sit here and write out all the things that I'm proud of myself for? That, like, I just didn't understand it. I'm like, give me the tactics to get what I want. I don't want to write out these things that I'm proud of myself for. But when we do that, then we become motivated because we already feel successful. And I think that's why gratitude is such a big thing too for motivation. So the last couple days, especially the last day, I was having a hard time, and I won't go into why because it has to do with my cycle, and I went off birth control for the first time in 20 years, and so I'm figuring out myself. But if I start my day with, these sheets feel so good. Oh, I'm so thankful for my pillow. Oh, I'm so thankful for this day. I'm so thankful for this weather. I'm so thankful to have air conditioning. Just a bunch of things that I'm thankful for. I'm motivated to get up and to get my day moving. And so I'm going to try to start my days and end my days. Again, I've done this before and it was beautiful and magical, and I want to do it again. And fine, I am going to talk about my cycle because it's so important. So I'm on month 2 of being off birth control, and when you're on birth control, you don't have the crazy fluctuations, but you're just sad for no reason sometimes, which is why I'm off of it. And I noticed that I have my good 2 weeks where I'm on top of the world and anything's possible. And then I have my 2 weeks where I'm just not feeling as good. So at least I know now when that's going to happen. But what I'm trying to say is these tricks work. The gratitude, doing yoga, exercising. I just went on a mountain bike ride and I feel so good. I'm making a video right now. That's how good I feel. So these things work. And if you're a male listening and you don't have a month-long cycle, you guys have a different cycle. And I haven't looked into it because I'm not a dude. But you'll have times where you're feeling on top of the world and times where you're not as well. And for me, when I'm on top of the world, I get really feeling like I can just do anything. I also want you to think about all the things that you've learned that when you first tried them, they were really, really hard. And then you learned it, like driving a car. And then it's easy for you. Or sending an email. Do you remember sending your first email? I remember I was in middle school when email was first invented. We had pen pals overseas. It was cool. I would love to hear about the things that you want to get the motivation to do, or the things that you want to get the confidence to do. I think they go hand in hand, because once you start getting the reps in, that's when you feel successful and then you get more motivated. So I feel like they go hand in hand. But I would love to hear all about it in the comments, and I would also love to make videos for any of you who have a question, or if you're struggling with something. I do think one of my zones of genius is getting myself motivated, keeping myself motivated, making things happen. However, where I come from is I used to just want to read a book all day. And so we didn't have a TV growing up, so I just wanted to read a book. Once TV came into my life, then I kind of just wanted to not do anything but just eat and watch TV. And I guess I was depressed. And so I know what it's like to have to pull myself out of just the depths kind of despair. I was overweight. I was in a relationship I wanted to get out of. I was broke. I was in debt. And yeah, it was pretty bad. And I didn't want to get off the couch. It was really hard to pull myself out of that. And yeah, now I just feel good. I feel good. I feel happy. I've lost the weight. I've gotten myself a long ways. And I've just been working on myself consistently for my whole life, really. But there have been times, even when I was doing really well, where I felt like I fell off a cliff. I would gain weight again, or my business would struggle again. And I would be like, really? Again? I thought I was done with this forever. I thought I would never have this problem again. And then it would come back around. So I'm here for you if you need me. It's my goal to make a community here online where we're all commenting on each other's things, lifting each other up, supporting each other. And I really, really, really want to just attract my people. You don't have to be as ridiculous as me. But if anything resonates with you, I would love love to have you comment below. And it's also okay to not comment. And by the way, I am trying to grow my channel, so if any of this feels good to you, make sure to like and subscribe, comment, only if it feels good though. No pressure. Bye.